Welcome to Grilling to Get Away, the podcast for backyard grillers who want to escape the everyday and fire up the flavor. Whether you're a seasoned pitmaster or just learning your way around the grill, we're here to share tips, tricks, and recipes that will make your next BBQ unforgettable. We'll talk meats, marinades, and even some mouth-watering sides. Plus, we'll answer your grilling questions and dive into everything you need to turn your backyard into the ultimate grill zone. So grab your tongs, fire up that grill, and let's get started. This is Grilling to Get Away, your go-to podcast for all things barbecue. Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Greg, your co-host to the Grilling to Get Away podcast. Back in the basement with my buddy.
What's happening, everyone? This is Ben.
Ben, we're back.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations to you as well.
Yeah, I think you did it all.
I did. I was trying to be humble.
I know. I know.
We did it. Did it, Ben. Went down there and shared our story, and they bought it.
Suckers. Got him.
Yeah,
got him
good. No, man, but yeah, we're back here in Wisconsin after spending a few days down in beautiful Arkansas, Bentonville, Arkansas. And if you don't follow us on the socials, we did share that we did get an offer from Walmart. And if this is your first time to the podcast, welcome. Yeah, we were down in Arkansas last week pitching our products, our seasonings and our rubs to Walmart. Mm-hmm. And we got an offer. Got an offer, man. And we took it.
We ran.
We said, sure, see you later.
Yep. Joke's on you guys.
Joke's on you.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're back, and we want to talk a little bit more about that because I know I got some questions from folks that listen to the podcast asking if we're going to talk about it on the podcast, and so I said, sure, yeah, we'll talk about it. But
okay.
we had a chance to get some barbecue while we were down there, didn't we?
We sure did, man, and it was pretty solid.
Yeah,
it was pretty solid. I was from top to bottom, man. The atmosphere was great. Mm-hmm. The layout of the restaurant and everything was awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
You could see all their big barrel drum smokers outside, big stacks and stuff. I mean, it was cool. It was fun. Their staff was fantastic.
So the place that we're talking about is Wright's Barbecue.
Wright's Barbecue,
mm-hmm.
right there.
WRIGHTS.
Mm-hmm. Solid. Yeah, if you're ever in that area and stuff. I mean, we had multiple people tell us, because we, you and I had planned to wait. I mean, dude, there was tons of barbecue places down there.
It was crazy. So this is our first time, and this was Northwest Arkansas, so on the border of Missouri,
right by the Ozarks.
Yeah, so you're not thinking barbecue country. I guess Missouri. I don't know, but I
didn't really have any expectations.
Exactly. Yeah.
Of
we were going down there, it wasn't going out to barbecue wasn't on my mind.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
We would have found some place, but
yeah.
I was very surprised at how big barbecue was down in this part of Arkansas, the northwest corner of it.
Yeah.
So it's
we found at least 5 places.
There's
at least
so many barbecue joints. And as we were driving into town, one of the local banks had the sign, and then they had a huge drum smoker on it.
Yeah.
I was all right.
Heck yeah.
Go. Yeah.
Yeah. This is home.
Yeah.
We're here. So yeah, it was, man, and the food was fantastic.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was amazing. They did such a good job. We both got our own plates. Mm-hmm. We did the 2 proteins, mm-hmm. and you got to pick. So what they had, man? So they had it was really pretty traditional and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was your ribs. You could get pulled pork. You could get brisket. You could get chicken. You could get turkey and sausage. Right.
And then they had some bacon burnt.
They had the
bacon
burnt ends.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So those were sold out.
So was the turkey.
The turkey was sold out. People told us the turkey is really good.
Yeah, the guy behind us was pretty upset about that, and I think the guy in front of us. Yeah.
We got there kind of late though, they opened obviously for lunch and stuff. Mm-hmm. We got there after 6 p.m. for dinner time,
Yeah, it was 6:30ish. I want to say 7 almost. Yeah. And there was still a line out the door.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's still a line out the door.
We probably waited a good half hour, 45 minutes.
You think so? I think it was that long.
I thought so.
I don't know. I thought it was shorter than that. I thought it was only 25 minutes or so.
But
either way,
we didn't time it. Yeah,
it wasn't bad. It really I didn't.
we moved. I mean,
it was moving. The weather was great outside. They had like huge like big screen TV out there, and they had like the playoff baseball games on and stuff.
Yeah.
So we just watched that, and we were just kind of hanging out.
Yeah. So like, I think we've been to like barbecue places like this before. Sometimes it can be a little intimidating when you're going up and like you don't know what to get or you don't know what. They made it super simple, man. So they had
menus outside.
And so they had we picked you get 2 meats and then 2 sides for like $25, and that was like a steal.
Dude, it was so. I thought it was so cheap.
Yeah, but
and they loaded the meat up.
Oh
too.
yeah,
like, they were not. They were not stingy on any of it.
You wouldn't walk away hungry, man.
Oh, dude,
we could have just split like one of those. Like
probably.
It probably would have been decent, man. So
yep.
I always love trying the brisket. So like I got the brisket there. And then
they had 2 options for that too. They had fatty or lean.
You could do fatty or lean, and of course I went fatty.
Fatty,
why not?
Yep.
You know,
and he even said he was like, "Oh, good choice."
Good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I went with the they had a special for the sausage. They had a jalapeno cheddar, and I love just trying people's smoked sausages everywhere I go, just to get the different tastes and flavors and stuff. So
can't go wrong with a good smoked sausage.
No, because barbecue chicken, like the smoked chicken, looked great as well. Like the guy in front of us got the chicken instead of the turkey because the turkey was out. But like I wanted to try something different, and I like sausage is usually different regionally wherever you go. So I like trying that. And I know you were getting the ribs.
Yep.
So like we exchanged,
traded
a
made
little bit,
made a trade,
made a meat trade.
Meat trade. Yeah.
Yep. So the brisket was amazing.
Yeah, I went the brisket as well
Yeah.
because I was, I know I talked about this on the last podcast. Like when I go to these places, I'm not getting brisket anymore. I was like, well, we saw him. We saw him.
Yeah.
He pulled it out and like ahead of time for the guy ahead of us, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, that looks pretty solid.
Shit.
Looks pretty solid. And honestly, dude, I kind of wanted to try the turkey.
Yeah,
I was really leaning towards trying the turkey.
If they had it there, and I was also leaning towards the burnt ends because that's what they're known for as well, like the bacon burnt ends. So they're out obviously because those are 2 popular choices. So that's just the way it goes. And they had a big sign out there that said sold out of these things. So.
They made it very easy. Like, hey, like we're out of this stuff, and like. Right. I don't know. I know the guy ahead of us was not happy that they were sold out because first
don't be that guy.
Yeah,
if you're going to a barbecue joint after dinner time, don't be that guy that gets upset if they don't have your stuff.
It kind of is what it is. Get there earlier than man.
And we were standing in line for a while, and the big sign is right there.
It's right there.
So I don't know what he was thinking, but don't be that guy. Don't be that guy at the barbecue joint.
That's dude, good for you guys. It's well, next time I come here, I don't know what I'm gonna get because obviously it's popular. It's
or get
solid.
there early, right?
So
it's kind of crazy. We roll with the punches, man. So if you're sold out of something, I can find something else that I'll like and enjoy. That I'll try. So
even if it's just flipping the smoked mac and cheese and baked beans, man.
Right.
Hell yeah, all right, I'll take those.
Yeah.
You have sold out everything. That's probably a good sign for it's a good place.
Yeah. And this Wright's had multiple places in multiple locations in Bentonville, and they were building one right on the Walmart campus while we were there, man. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So they got good stuff, man. But the one that we went, I think, is Rogers in Rogers, right?
I think so, yeah.
Rogers, Arkansas, which is right outside of Bentonville. That's what everybody told us. Hey, you got to go to that one.
Go to this one.
So we went to that one, and they had a bunch of huge drum smokers outside. This huge
tons of wood. It wasn't sometimes you go to these places that say it's barbecue and you don't see any,
right. Yeah.
You're okay, well.
And we saw some of those places.
We did?
We saw some of those where they just had the wood out front, but then you couldn't see any smokers anywhere.
There's nothing.
Okay, well. No, this one, they had 4 or 5 giant ones on the patio there. So you could see them in the process what they were cooking and stuff. Yeah, man, the brisket was amazing. It was a traditional salt and pepper crust, bark on there, nice bark, nice juicy flavor inside. So it was great, man. One of the best briskets I probably ever had.
Yeah, I would say, Sam, this is by far the best barbecue I've had at a restaurant and stuff. Going somewhere and grabbing, getting the food like that. Again, dude, the staff was great. They were hilarious.
Dude, the They had a bunch of like teenagers working,
young
around.
20s maybe. Like, yeah, to us they seem like teenagers, but they're younger.
Yeah.
Definitely younger.
Okay, all right.
Definitely younger.
Yeah, like so the guy like slicing and stuff was obviously a little bit older, but like the staff that was doing the sides, ringing us up, and then also outside, cleaning up and like just making sure everybody was having a good time. Like they were a little bit younger, so 20s as you might say.
Yeah.
They were hilarious. I mean, they were having a good time too, man. So like from top to bottom, just the entire experience was top
10
notch.
out of 10, man.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Yeah, I mean the food was fantastic. I will say that it was. Yeah, it was really, really great. So if you are in the area and stuff, if you get a chance to go and take your price and pitch to Walmart down there,
hit up Wright's Barbecue.
Hit up Wright's Barbecue.
Yeah, you won't go wrong. And what kind of sides did you get? Because they had some good like creative kind of sides too.
Yeah, they
traditional
had some
but
stuff.
creative.
Yeah. So I went with the smoked baked beans and mac and cheese.
And I went with the deviled eggs potato salad.
Yeah.
And then just the coleslaw. Yeah. So both are great, man. Like traditional style. The deviled eggs had a little twist to the potato salad, but it was solid. Yeah, man, they gave you big portions too for the side, dude.
They were huge.
Yeah,
right?
So you got like a whole boat full.
Yep.
So like for the value, for the atmosphere, for the taste, the flavor, man, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And like you said too, dude, we probably could have split it for sure.
Yeah.
We easily probably could have.
Had we known, we were like, because you like honestly, like you go to some of these places, you get 2 proteins, it's like just a little bit. And the sides are like a cup or whatever. That's kind of how it was in Nashville, man. This was definitely like you got your money's worth.
Yeah.
Yep. So I shout out to them. Shout out to their staff too, like the kids that were running around doing the work. Man, they were having a good time, and they were making it fun for everybody else too. So that was cool. So yeah, if you're looking for a spot down in Bentonville area, hit up Wright's Barbecue. All right, man. Well, aside from that, we were down there for business. And, we started the business first before the podcast, and we're like, well, we started the business because we wanted to help people barbecue and grill, right? So we did a blog and we did recipes and tips, and then we were like, well, let's have some good products that people can put on their food, also as a way for us to maybe make a little income too. So we did that, and then we started the podcast. So part of this journey for us has been growing the business side with the rubs and seasonings and sauces and things like that. And we had this opportunity to go down to Walmart. We had to apply to get down. I think they said they had 6,000 applications across all products, not just like rubs and seasonings or whatever, but like for everything that Walmart carries. Like they had a merchandiser and a buyer there. So I think they had about 6,000 applications, and only about 600 got invited to go down. So about 10%. So we were fortunate just to be part of that group, and we got down there. We shared last podcast a little bit what was going on, but the day after we recorded that podcast, we went in to meet with the buyer in the spices and seasonings category. So what would you say, Ben? How would you explain that kind of experience?
So it's everyone's kind of in the same spot, right? So you have like your time to do your pitch, and you only have 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
It's kind of how it gets described to you, I guess, up front is like, well, you don't want your pitch to last the whole 30 minutes because you want to have time to kind of have conversations and stuff. And, more or less it's kind of diving into, your story.
Yeah.
Your story, what your business is, what you do.
What makes it unique?
Yeah.
Right?
Like
why should Walmart take a chance and put it on the shelf? Because, they say, like, if they put your product on a shelf, something else has to come off. So, what makes you unique enough to take somebody else off that shelf?
So you come into this huge building, and again, it's like you had to have your time slot.
We were the last ones.
Literally the last ones. And we got there about an hour before our pitch because we really wanted to kind of feel it out and see.
Right. I'm glad we did too.
Yeah, get an idea of where we were supposed to be. And man, like, so it's really intimidating because like you have a bunch of like, you know, you see people are coming and going constantly. Some have golden tickets, some don't.
So
and
it's like, so the golden ticket, it's like
yeah,
deal or no deal. So
yeah.
like you're gonna get an answer in that meeting.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get like, hey, we want to take a chance on you. Here's a golden ticket.
Yep.
Or hey, you're not ready yet. Here's some feedback for you to maybe come back next year. So it's a yes or no right away. So you got like literally like 50 meetings going on at the same time, and so it's just like a big rotation. Pretty much every half hour, like folks are coming out and new folks are going in all day. So I'm glad we got there a little bit early so we can kind of just see everything that was going on.
Yeah, and it's a lot. I mean, it's really a lot. So then you go into this it's like this little, I don't know, Greg, how would you describe it? Like cubicle almost, like it's a cubicle size office.
So if you work in corporate America, you have these little rooms all over the place. You know what I mean? Like these meeting rooms.
Or like the libraries.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to the libraries, there's like there's just those little like kind of quiet rooms that you can just go and sit and study or work or do whatever. And it's like, you know, the door's like, it's a big glass sliding door, but it's like iced out so no one can really like see in. And it's, you know, you plug your laptop in and you kind of connect it, and they have a TV in there, and you know you get your presentation up on the TV and stuff, and you only have like 15 minutes to really set up, right? So they kind of talked about like, hey, you know, if you want to bring samples, like this is what you can do, or like, you know, people are cooking in on hot plates, like, dude, I'm so glad
we didn't do that.
Yeah, because like it would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, it would have. It would have stunk up the place, man. Like,
yeah.
And like honestly, like she didn't like. Our buyer was awesome, but she didn't try other than like just pulling, you know, trying a little bit in her hand, like what we like do at events and stuff. So we had some crackers there if she wanted to try it on that. But yeah, I'm with you, man. Like I was thinking about that too. I'm like, I'm glad we didn't bring any food in here.
Right. And like we had talked a while, you know. I think that was kind of one of the first things that we had talked about when we found out we were going to get to do this, right? Is like, dude, how are we going to sample this?
Right.
How are we, like, in a way that's like cool, like something different. And then we kind of got back to like, hey man, like, who are we, right?
Right.
Like, keep it simple.
Right. Keep it simple.
Literally just keep it as simple as possible. And
yeah. We had some people that, you know, were mentoring us and stuff like that. Who said, hey, bring a hot plate, you know, try it with meat and all this kind of stuff. And they were just kept going back and forth, man. I don't know if that's the right way to, because this is going to be a distraction. And we don't know the layout of this room, because they do have like for food products like that you need to bake and stuff. Like they do have like meetings inside like the kitchen area, but ours wasn't set up for that. Like ours was, just a straight up conference room, like a small.
Can you imagine if we tried to like bring a hot plate and cook in there?
Like it would have stunk up the place.
Yeah.
It would
have been terrible.
Imagine like your kitchen, you're cooking something without like having a vent or a window or anything like that.
You're sitting there with the door closed.
Right.
I mean,
it wouldn't have been a good look for us. So I'm glad we didn't do that either, man.
Yep.
So we just had our seasonings there with us, and when we submitted our application, because they only allow you to select 3 products, and we wanted to stick with the dry stuff. So we just brought the rubs and seasonings with us, 3 of them. But we did get a chance to meet with the sauce buyer as well, which was good. Get some FaceTime with him just shortly. But because we had only been alerted that we were going to be doing the rubs and seasonings, we didn't bring any sauces with us.
Yeah, man. So you're in this room, right? And like, I'll be honest, like when we first kind of got in there, I thought it was like for sure gonna be like a no. Like, she had been in there since like 12:30.
Yeah, because the guys that came out right before us,
yeah, they looked
a little rough. So like, and there were other spice, like, so I don't know if we want to say them or not.
No, it's fine. We don't have to.
But like they're a well-known national, almost international brand coming out, and they gotta know, and they look a little rough. Like they look like they just got beat up. Like, oh dang it, man! And these guys gotta know. Like we got no chance.
Yeah. And so it was like, you know, I don't know. We got in there, and it's very weird. Like there's a lot of information that you literally don't get. You're not told like very much before you present, right? So it's like you have no idea who your buyer is. No idea. You don't know their name, who they are, like anything about
We had a little bit of an idea because...
Not from Walmart, though. Like, because we...
Oh, yeah. Walmart doesn't give you anything.
Yeah.
They just tell you, like, a room and, like, what products. And then...
And your time.
But, like, we had to go dig and work with other people that were like, oh, you'll probably have this person.
Probably. There's a good chance this is
no idea.
So, really, you don't know unless, you know... Luckily, we knew other people who kind of helped us a bit.
Right.
And then, like, it's... you have the screen up on the one wall, and then there's like a table, right? And then there's seats on both sides. So we're like, well,
do we stand?
Because we've done pitches before, presentations about our product. Like anytime like you're doing a presentation, you're talking like you're usually standing, right? Yeah. So this like, man, she came in, like she had left and then came back in and sat down with us, and we talked to her for like a kind of a quick minute, had introductions, and asked like, do you want us to stand or kind of sit? She's like, oh, you guys are fine, just sit down.
It was like, Talladega Nights, like, what am I supposed to do with my hands?
I never know.
Should I sit? Should I stand?
Kind of half. We were like, oh.
Yeah. So no, it was kind of right off the bat, like it was pretty relaxed, and from after that point, and we just got into our pitch then.
And from there, like it became more of like just like a conversation. So anytime, like it wasn't like we just rolled through our pitch. It was like we just kind of spoke, we talked, like, and we were hitting like kind of our points that we want to do on the pitch, but not going like word for word on stuff. And she would just kind of pause and ask questions or talk to us, like like it was really just like a conversation. So
and I think we talked afterwards, like, because we had our slides, like we knew what we were going to talk about. Like you had your slides, I had my slides,
which we had just like kind of separated the night before.
Was it? It was the day of, I thought. The morning of, I thought we just decided which ones. But so we had talked like, hey man,
was it the morning of?
Like we didn't even practice our pitch together at one time.
We left. I think we were in the car, and I was like, hey Greg, man, like, dude, we didn't even do our pitch like once.
We didn't. So we don't recommend that. But like, I think that's the point, man. We've been doing this for 5 years now, where we've talked to so many people and so many businesses about our product and who we are. Like, it hasn't changed, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what maybe helped sell it, right? Is that like our story is unique. We're both, serving the military. We both are athletes. We all of our products are made here in Wisconsin. They're all natural. We're just two dudes. Backyards, dudes, and like, so you and I, we split the slides up. Like, I'm gonna talk about this, you're gonna talk about this.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say before I'm done. Right. Like, oh, okay, cool, and then like, bam, that was it.
That was it,
and it rolled, man. Like, I don't know. I think again, we've done a few pitches, nothing too crazy and stuff, but this was very different. This deck was very different than any pitch that we've done before. And like to us, it's, I don't know, like we get to do a lot of events, and like we do a lot together and stuff. So we talk about the business a lot, and we knew what our kind of hot points or topics that we really like wanted to hit.
Sure.
And she can read the deck and stuff. She can see it and stuff. So it's like we just wanted to kind of speak to certain things.
Yeah.
It was just, again, it's just more of like a conversation of like, hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. This is why we do it. This is like who we see our customers are. This is kind of what the value add that we can bring and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that, I mean, literally, that was like their pitch right there.
Yeah, and like I think the biggest points that people had told us, and then we kind of got the feel too, is like, make sure you share your story. Like, why you guys have a great story. That's what people kept saying to us. Like, you have a great story. Share your story, and then kind of share your value of what you can bring to Walmart, because Walmart's all about value. Like, they're
to the customers and stuff.
And that's one thing I took away from like the sessions that we went to all day on that Tuesday, was that. They're very focused on the customer value. So making sure like customer comes first, and then also bringing the best value, right, and the best products to them. So focusing on how we can do that. And I think we got that point across pretty good. Hitting on some of the points we talked about already, but yeah, man, like I kept looking at my watch. I'm like, man, this is going by fast. Like, cause I was like, we started a little bit early, a few minutes early, cause she came back in a little bit early. So I was like, I wanted to stay on point, because like to your point earlier, like, we wanted to have time for questions and stuff like that. I kept looking at my watch. I was like, is this thing broken? Like, it's only been like 5 minutes. And like, because we were expecting to, speak for 10 to 15 minutes. And then
we decided like the less we speak,
the better. Yeah. That's generally how we do things when we do things, is like, reflect. The less we say, the better we do. But no, like, so she was great. She was asking questions. You could tell she was engaged from the beginning, which was a lot different from like the vibe we got when we walked in there, because she was still in there when the other guys came out, and then like, because we would get 15 minutes before our pitch to start to get set up, and like they kind of had to ask her to leave, not us, but like they asked her if she could leave so we can get set up. So, but then she came back in, and like she was engaged with us, asking great questions. It only took maybe about 10 minutes, like for us to pitch our story, and then she tried our products. She thought they were great. We got the offer. And then we got the golden ticket, so to speak. And I think the plan initially is to roll out to Wisconsin here first because we have a strong base here in Wisconsin. That's the easy part, right? The easy part is getting on the shelf. The hard part is staying there. So, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But at least as of right now, we're looking at Wisconsin Walmart stores in April 2026 when they kind of roll over that category. That's the time frame we're looking at right now.
Yeah, and we're gonna start. It's pretty cool because you can sell also online. So
yeah,
we'll be we're working on a few new things. And we'll be rolling some stuff out there, and it'll be separate. So we'll have different things online than we do in the stores.
Yeah, we got a few products out there already on Walmart.com. I got the garlic seasoning. We got our sweet heat and our all-purpose one. This is kind of an initial introductory offer out there, so it's a little bit less expensive than like our website because we want to get some product moved and some reviews out there. So if you're listening to us and you've tried our product and you like our product, go out to Walmart.com. Buy some products out there and then leave us a review. That'd be super helpful. Like I said, they are a little bit cheaper right now because we want to get some traction out there. But that'd be super helpful for us, just to help us get rolling and get some steam going before like the April rollout, so we have some trust and some you can verify then for people that are looking to buy. But I can't say enough good things about the process that we went through with Walmart. I know they sometimes get a bad rap because we've heard it from other suppliers and people that have said like, oh well, they just try and scrape the lowest prices together. So like suppliers go out of business and stuff like that. I didn't get that vibe from them at all. They're very conscious of us being a small business, understanding that we have margins we have to hit. Otherwise, like this whole process, like it'll make them look bad if we go out of business going through this process.
That was a lot too, right? Like they talked about that a lot. Like they want you to be successful,
right?
Like they want you to do well. They're rooting for you because it's like if you do well, they do well, right? Like, so you do kind of hear, we were told some of those horror stories and stuff like that, but like, man, I got, like you said too, I got nothing like that. It was funny too, man. Like right after, like she gives us the tickets and stuff, and they open up the door and there's like a camera
right in our
there, and
face.
Like, yeah, and we're like kind of like, the heck's going on? Like,
I don't want to step out there.
Yeah, Greg, you go first. And so then like they want to do like an interview right away, and we kind of started talking to like one lady, and she was okay, like congratulations, and like she goes like, we're gonna do an interview and stuff, like I need you guys to be more excited. And I was like, well, I mean, this is who we get. This is who we are. Like,
so look, I've had some time to think about that too. Like, I know you didn't think it was going to happen. I had a different vibe, man. So like, I felt really good about going into that meeting because of all the work that we've done up until that point. Like, and I think there is a lot to say in like your network is your net worth, man. Because like the network we've built over the past year, 2 years in that realm, helped us get to that point. And I felt really good. And I mean, she kind of verified that when we came out, and she's like, you're not supposed to tell anybody this, but you guys were on the high potential list, so you still got to pitch, you still got to do your job. But like, she's like, you guys were kind of pegged as like high potential.
This is like after we did it.
It's
like,
well, thanks for telling us that now.
Yeah.
No, but she's like, no, you guys aren't supposed to know that. I was like, all right, well, now we know it. But like I had some time to reflect about that. And I don't know if it was so much like excitement, so to speak, as relief, right? That we've spent 5 years building this thing, that like somebody else sees the value in it, you know what I mean? That somebody's going to give us a chance, like a huge opportunity here. So like, it's not that we weren't grateful or excited about the opportunity. It was just like a relief, like, oh man, like this thing is, we've been doing this, grinding this thing out for 5+ years. And things are starting to pay off a little bit more. So that's where I was. And like, I had a lot of time to think about that on the ride home and stuff. Cause like, man, this is like, if I had the opportunity to answer her again, I'd say, hey, we're so excited about this opportunity. Like, but it's just like, it's a huge sense of relief for us that like a load, like we got a lot of work to do, but like a load kind of off the shoulder, so to speak, like almost like a man. Kind of getting there, right?
Yeah.
Got a long ways to go, but it's just like.
But it's a great start, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But it's funny because that's just like how you and I are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. We're not gonna be the guys that are crying and dancing down the hallway. Like
there's a lot of that.
There was a lot of that,
which
is
like
cool.
That,
yeah.
For some, like it is a life changing opportunity.
It absolutely is, and we even said that multiple times.
Yeah.
Like we did say that multiple times and stuff, and like, but again, like we're not gonna be like the ones that are just like. I don't know. It's just not our style. It's not who we've ever been.
Right.
That's why we gravitate towards each other. Stay humble, right?
Right.
Like it's just like, all right, cool. I think instantly too is like, all right, now we, like you said too, you felt pretty confident about it, right? But it's like, okay, now we need to get to work.
Yeah,
like,
that's now the work
right
starts.
Away. It's like, okay.
But I think it had we, like, I was confident going in, but had we not gotten an offer, we would have got feedback, and we would have just kept going. Like. Like, we don't get too high, we don't get too low.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what we're doing. So we'd love to have Walmart on board with us. If not, that's great. We'll be back, you know. But, yeah, and I think maybe that confidence came through a little bit. You know, the humbleness of, like, hey, we want this, you know, we'll take this opportunity and we'll do the best we can with it. So, but, yeah, I mean, I was confident going in, but at the same time, like, had we not gotten an offer, I would have been just as confident with our path and projections going forward, because we're still going to continue to improve and get better regardless of if we're on Walmart shelves or not, which, you know, we were already in the process of doing before we even got this offer to go down there and pitch. So there's a lot of changes coming to Burn Pit, positive changes based off of feedback and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, it was a great experience. We're very blessed and happy to be given this opportunity. But if you have a product, if you have an idea, I think that was one of the questions we had was like, what advice would you give somebody, you know, that maybe is just starting out or, you know, wants to be here in this position to get a golden ticket? And I think my response was like, just take some risks and keep going. You know, don't stop, because this business thing, man, and just like a lot of things in life, it's there's no finish line. You know, it's just you got to get started and you just got to keep going. But then we came back to reality on Thursday. You know, we got stranded in Chicago for a good hour and a half or two.
On the
tarmac, yeah.
Yeah, just sitting there.
They apparently put too much fuel in the plane, which I think is
take some out.
Yeah. But we finally got back home, and then it was back to football and basketball and soccer.
Yep.
Well, youth soccer.
But, running to practice.
Yeah.
You dropped me off. So my wife picked me up so we could go up and go to the kids' soccer practice. So.
And then I went from there to get a coffee and then go pick up my son from football. So we were right back at it, and then this week we're back at it with the business, man, because we got a lot of stuff we got to get in order here. To work with Walmart, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on, you know, getting set up on their vendor portal, and then also now talking with shipping, distributing, logistics, mainly logistics stuff that we got to get sorted out. So that's going to be our next phase, is kind of going through that process.
Yep. We also, dude, I want to mention this as well, but we got into Salmon's up in like Luxembourg area in Green Bay.
Yeah.
So
huge.
Yeah, we're super excited about that. We got like literally, I got to talk to them on Tuesday when we were there. At Walmart.
Yeah.
Got to call and
so
stuff.
We were down there,
like,
and we were still making deals up here.
Yeah, which is cool. So if you are up in that area and stuff, like we'll be there.
That's awesome
in their store.
That's awesome. And then we got our restock from Klingbeils up in the Medford area. So if you're going to be up that way. But yeah, man, so a lot of positive stuff going on. I did get it. But, you know, I think we'll close this one out. We're coming up to time here. This is kind of more on the business than, you know, grilling and barbecuing side. But you just want to give a shout out and thanks to all those people that helped us along the way this past, like, really month, right? Month and a half since we got the invitation. Andrew at Arbo's Cheese Dip, the veteran-owned business. He's down in the Memphis, Tennessee area, I think. Check him out. Ben Moore from the Ugly Company out in California, another veteran, and he's got snacks. I think so, like dried fruit snacks and stuff like that, natural ones. I think they're at Sam's Club and Walmart. And then who else? Who else am I forgetting?
Steve and Nathan.
Steve and Nathan from
the brokerage
yeah.
firm and stuff down there in Arkansas.
Yep.
Took a look at our deck, made recommendations and stuff as well. Pro bono, they recommend. We love working with veterans and stuff like that. So just wanted to talk and stuff. So yeah, super cool. Chris from Bucket of Bread.
Yep.
Had a chance because he's pitched in the past too. So got to get his insight on that as well.
Yeah, and the team from Savage, Corey and his group there helps us, put together some ideas and thoughts for the pitch.
Yep.
So appreciate that as well. That's a local company here. And let's see who else. The team from Jim and Nancy from IMVF. They were down there, who set up the dinner on Monday night with other veteran-owned businesses that were down there. So thanks to him. And let's see who else. I think that's Mark Espinoza and his team at Walmart. They've always been a huge supporter since we met him down in Dallas. Jennifer Powell, who kind of runs like the military veterans kind of group, or does a lot with the veterans at the Walmart corporate Walmart. She's been great and giving us support and encouragement. So, and we got to meet a couple awesome people there, like Sean Riley from Doodle Wipes. Luke Schneider from Fire Department Coffee. So those guys gave their time just to share insights and thoughts and stuff like that. So we got to meet a lot of cool people that were more than willing to share their thoughts and ideas and just give their feedback and perspectives. So huge shout out to those folks. But all right, man.
That was quite the trip.
That was quite the trip, and we got a lot of work to do, but we appreciate everybody who listens, who supported the business since the beginning, or even not from the beginning, since like whenever you found us, right? This has very much been like a grassroots, bootstrap, two guys in a basement doing a podcast, type of business, man. So
yeah.
So it just goes to show, like, even though like there are brands out there with large influence, large money, sometimes the story is a little bit better than like having all that stuff. So if you got an idea or you're going after some type of business or some sort of idea or dream, just keep going. Good.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, that's all I got this week. We'll talk more next week. I did.
I want to share this real quick.
Okay.
Did you have a chance to grill since you've been home at all?
Yeah, buddy. So I did that for the church.
Hell yeah!
That is. So just a teaser. I did like 75 wafer thin burgers. I did.
Sucker.
I did like 50 brats, and then I did like 72 hot dogs, all on my 2 grills here at home. So. We'll have to talk about that next time if you remind me about that. So I did get a chance to do that.
That's awesome. Yeah. I did the meatloaf.
Nice.
But the kids were confused. Like I said, they're like, I said, "Mom, I'm gonna do this like a meatloaf," and like I pulled it off, right? And they call it a meat log. So now it's like I really like the meat log, Dad. The meat log.
Well, let's talk about the meat log next time.
Yeah. But
I want to dive into that so we have some more time, because it is chili, meatloaf, heavy meat season.
It's coming. It is here.
It finally cooled down a little bit around here. So, man, just put on your sweatshirt, your flannel, and get out there and smoke some meats. All right, man. Well, it's a good podcast. Again, thanks to everybody that listens. It continues to share the business and the podcast with people. We only grow primarily through word of mouth. So, if you have the opportunity to share this episode with somebody, share it. If you have an opportunity to go out and support us on Walmart, we would appreciate that. But thank you guys so much for listening and continuing to follow.
And we want to say thanks to everyone that came out to Holy Hill this last weekend and said hi and bought our products as well. It's always a good time out there.
Yeah. We'll be around, man. We're not going away.
Not yet.
All right. Cheers.
Take it easy.